another poll. Raise your hand if you have had any social interaction through digital contact today. So you texted somebody, messaged somebody on social media, called somebody, all of you. Now keep your hand raised if you've had a face-to-face conversation with somebody that lasted over 20 minutes. Be honest. Today. Okay. That's pretty impressive. I figured it would decrease, but at the core of humans, we all crave communication and interactions with one another. My passion is to forge those relationships. As a TT leader, worship leader, and literally just a human, I strive to build meaningful relationships. And today I want to talk to you about the physical, mental, and societal benefits of having meaningful relationships. So, first, I think we should define what a meaningful relationship is. How I personally define it is one that has mutual benefit. I think there are 4 components that make up a mutually beneficial relationship. How I remember it is the acronym HATS: honesty, acceptance, trust, and support. So if you don't have one of those 4 components, it becomes more like a transaction. You're not able to really communicate with one another very well because you're lacking essential communication skills. I challenge you to look at your friendships, and a way to remember it is, can I share my hat with this friend? And if there is not the 4 components of those things in your relationship, figure it out, work it out, and dive deeper into it. And I think that all of us can agree that having a meaningful relationship benefits our life. Like, there's nothing against it. Everybody wants to have better relationships in their life, but why is it that we all feel this way? And I think what we need to do is observe the science behind those meaningful relationships. So the first component is mental health. When we have deeper meaning relationships, our stress decreases, our outlook on life increases, and our general happiness and joy increases as well. From a physical aspect, the benefits include increase in life expectancy, decrease in heart attack, increase in sleep, and a general increase in ability to heal faster. From a societal element, there is a huge decrease in crime rate for people who engage in conversations and relationships on a daily basis. So the benefits are very clear and obvious. We can all see that relationships help us out. But what I think is also important to do is to look at the cons of not engaging in these relationships, which are equally as important. For example, this week is National Suicide Prevention Week. Suicide rates have increased by 24% in the last 10 years. In the year 2017, 47,173 people committed suicide. Another thing that happened this week was the anniversary of 9/11, a time when a lot of people went to skepticism, closed-mindedness, and a lack of general love in their day-to-day life. Another heartbreaking statistic is looking at the profiles of gun violence criminals. Most of these people have experienced being bullied or disconnected in their childhood. When individuals experience loneliness and isolation, there's just a general disconnect and a decrease in general life health. 72% of Americans, according to American Osteopathic Association, reported feeling loneliness. That is almost 3/4 of our country have reported feeling lonely. And as long as those numbers exist, there's a lot of room for us to improve our relationships and dive deeper into those meaningful relationships. An example where I've seen this is in the book Love Does by Bob Goff. In this book, there's a chapter about his children where after 9/11, they wrote to every single country saying, we would like to meet with you and just figure out what your plan for hope is. 29 countries got back to them and said, we would love to meet with you. So the kids actually took a year off of school and they went to the different countries and they met with the leaders. And as soon as the leaders realized that the kids didn't have an agenda, they were able to connect on a deeper level and form a relationship. The kids, through this meaningful relationship, bonded and were able to use their motivation of world peace just through a relationship. When we forge these connections, we're able to not only impact our individual health, but then our community, and from our community, our world. Now, this doesn't seem like a general passion, having meaningful relationships. That seems obvious, but it takes commitment, it takes intentionality, and it takes time. And I think that it looks different on every single one of us. So many people feel lonely, and there's not a single person who wouldn't benefit from a meaningful relationship. So I just want to encourage you to dive deeper into conversation, be a friend to somebody, help them to feel seen, loved, and heard. Thank you.